Okay, so I just posted on the Georgia Guidestones, which, gosh, reading comments is like really painful. Because you want to reply to some of these people, but you don't really want to get into it with them, and you don't really know their level of knowledge on the subject. You don't know if they're a troll, you don't know if they're a shill. So you're really subjecting yourself to draining your energy when you reply to someone in a comment section, unless you know them. But there's just so many people coming out of nowhere, in these comment sections. So on the Georgia Guidestones post, I got a reply, well, how do you know that there's dark spiritual forces behind the New World Order? Well, because if you look at really every government leader, everyone who's pushing for the New World Order, usually they're high-level Freemasons or in the Illuminati circles of the occultists, Satan-worshipping circles, and they worship not the creator of this world, but the fallen ones, the fallen angels themselves, Satan, Lucifer. And so if you know anything about anything, you know that the fallen angels and Satan, Lucifer, want to control this realm, and their days are running out. We're in the time of revelations here, and so how do you know there's dark spiritual forces? I mean, what planet have you been living on for the past, your life? Okay, so that's another question. Another comment someone said, sustainable development is not the same as socialism. So yes, we should not go for any eugenics depopulations programs, but there are legitimate sustainable agendas in place. Like what? First of all, if someone is clamoring for depopulating the earth down to 500 million from 7+ billion, why would you believe anything they say? Why would you give them the benefit of the doubt that they're going to be able to provide something that's sustainable if they want to depopulate your ass? And it makes no sense. Like, sustainable development is a psyop. These resilient cities, resilient smart cities, are a psyop. They're to get you to think you need to fight climate change. And so let's scale back on everything. Let's scale back on water. Let's scale back on natural gas. Let's switch everything to electric in the name of fighting climate change and being more sustainable. Let's follow Greta. That is the psyop. So if someone wants to depopulate your ass, why the hell would you believe that anything else that comes with that package would be sustainable? Sustainable for who? Sustainable for them or sustainable for them? That's the whole question. You should ask these questions. Who is this more sustainable for? Sustainable development. It's not more sustainable for me, for us, for my family. Oh gosh, it's just so painful, man. If you want things to be more sustainable, the first thing you can do, and the main thing you can do, and maybe, I'm not going to say the only thing you can do, but a very powerful thing you can do is you can go vegan. Okay? You don't really need to do much else. That's a huge step you can take into making the planet more sustainable. Okay? The number one cause of ocean dead zones. Without the ocean, there's no us. Number one cause of ocean dead zones is from factory farming. The number one waterway polluter is from factory farming. Okay? Number one cause of Amazon deforestation, animal agriculture, factory farming. 91% of Amazon deforestation is from clearing room for cattle to graze and then monocropping soy to feed to those cattle. Okay? And then greenhouse gases. More greenhouse gases than all forms of transportation combined. Not to mention ill health, hospitals filled with flesh eaters, saturated fat, cholesterol, heart disease, links to type 2 diabetes, cancer, you name it, okay? Autoimmune disease. I mean, you add the vaccines, obviously, and the chemtrail spraying, and you're not going to get a good, you're not going to get a healthy population. But if you want to do something that's more sustainable, you'll take it into your own hands, and you're not going to rely on some climate action plan to tell you what is sustainable. You will simply say, you know what? I could see the destruction that's happening from animal agriculture, and there's one thing that I can do. I don't need a city council or the United Nations or some bullshit outside source telling me, I gotta park out here, what is sustainable, period. You'll just take it into your own hands. Okay? So when someone says that sustainable development is not socialism, well, it is socialism because it's their form of what's sustainable for them. It's what's sustainable for them, not us. What's sustainable for them, the rulers of this realm who think they are entitled to treat us as slaves, what's more sustainable for them? They've said it in the Georgia Guidestones. They want to maintain a population, a perpetual of 500 million. Okay, so there's the whole psyop right there. Sustainable development is not about what's sustainable for us. It's about what's sustainable for them.